Welcome to today's tutorial, and first up I'm going to show some of the art supplies that I'm using. I'm only going to use one brush for this tutorial to keep it easy, and that was the size 8 silver black velvet brush, and it was the round. And if anyone is curious, I am using my White Nights paints for today. The colors that I'm using are quinacridone red, quinacridone violet rose, and rose. So for starters, I'm using the quinacridone red, and I'm starting off here with basic rose. I will be going over 3 different styles. So here I'm just creating some petals and then using the water to blend it throughout. Make sure to lighten up on your pressure and create some different variety in your strokes there. And you can lift it up on the tip where you get your nice smaller, skinnier lines there. And I will show multiple views throughout this tutorial as well. There's a top view right there. So that was just the first layer. And now we're going to continue to work it up with the second layer. For this particular style, as I'm adding some more details here, then I'm just going to use the water to gently blend them out so that it just looks a little bit more natural and there's not as many harsh lines. And the second color here was the quinacridone rose, violet rose. But again, you can use whatever pink or red that you have is fine. But this style, you can see I'm leaving a lot more white spaces. So again, just be careful and you can make your layers, but remember to leave some of the white. And then also I used less water with this one as well. So not as much blending. And for the last rose over here, the color from the White Nights was the rose color. So I'm just going to focus on some heavy pigment here right in the center. And then I'm going to rinse off my brush and only use the water to drag the color down, and it creates that more of a soft look. So that way you only have the details right in the center. And here's just a quick overview of the 3 different styles. And now we can work on some of the leaves. Again, I kept it really simple. I am using sap green mixed with some indigo, and then later on you'll see I use a lot more indigo to give like a very deep hunter green, so you have contrast. And as I'm working my way around, I'm just filling in the negative space and making sure that everything is well balanced. And of course you want to make sure that you're creating a wide variety of leaves so you can have fun and relax with your brush strokes there. You can make some big fat leaves or the skinny ones that come to a point, and then of course you can have it up on the tip and create, I call them like the little like wispy fillers. You'll see as we go along here. And when you have some of your leaves filled in, then you can go ahead and start to create some loose buds. And we're going to be using the same colors that you used for the flowers. And up here in the corner, I am using the darker green I was talking about mixed with the indigo. And then I also added some pink leaves as well. I just thought it would make it a little bit more fun and interesting. Some like little vine pieces here, and then we're going to add buds coming out from there later too. And also, when your flowers are completely dry, you can go ahead and create little tiny petals or leaves on top of the petals, and it looks like a little bit more 3D and realistic. And once your first layer of leaves is dry, then you can go ahead and continue with the second. I zoomed out here so you can get a good view of everything. And in my opinion, this is what really brings everything all together and gives it that nice 3D effect that I mentioned before. And towards the end here, just for a little bit more details, I decided to go back in and just the top flower here, I'm just darkening the middle up a little bit. Here in the corners, I'm just using a very, very light pink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water on my brush and just feather it out. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just to make it a little bit more full and interesting. And that is it for today's tutorial. I always want to say a thank you to my patrons, and I'll see you next time.